You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music.
What's going on, guys? Listen, but before I get into it, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I had already did my Jussie Smollett section for the show today. But last night, as I laid down and my girlfriend told me that he has been charged with the felony and he has been arrested. So basically Chicago PD charging Jussie for filing a false police report. So it's a class 4 felony, which is quote unquote punishable by 1 to 3 years up in prison, right? But we doubt that's gonna happen. His bail hearing is should be today around 1:30. But Jussie, boy, look at here, boy. Hey, Jussie, it's supposed to be. Oh man, I forgot the term. Jussie, it's supposed to be you making Black history for the wrong thing this month, bro. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I was never with you from the beginning, just based off the facts, but new facts come out. Police has found video of the brothers buying the items that they used, or and also they said that they were told to buy. Right? They paid for the items in cash on January 28th. Also these brothers are now. I guess if you cooperate with the police, this is what happens. Technically, I don't really know how guilty they are of committing a crime. They still guilty in a sense, but you know what I'm saying? They cooperate with the police. They told the police everything that, it was a hoax that Jussie came up with, or that his team or whoever came up with. I do not buy that someone at Fox, and I heard this conspiracy theory that somebody at Fox, Lee Daniels or whomever, came up with this theory so we can add juice to Empire. Don't believe it at all. I believe this is solely just Jussie. My bad, Jussie, like the country folks say, Jussie. This was his idea. Like I say, I believe it was a situation where they was getting ready to write his character off of the Empire. And because that's just how TV works. Somebody has to go, and it's usually somebody that we like at some point or another. And this was his way of trying to stay on the show, generate a lot of buzz around him as a person, and yada, yada, yada. So, I'm going to just review the facts that I felt like was just telling to me. The first fact is it took him 2 hours after the attack to call the police. That was weird as well. After those 2 hours, those 2 hours later when the police arrived, he still had the rope tied around his neck. That was weird. I know it's a different crime, but when women are sexually abused and men force themselves on them, usually the first things that they do afterwards is go take a shower. Now, I know it's a different crime, but if somebody was to tie a rope around my neck, and after they get through beating me up or whatever it is, once I get the strength, I'm removing it. I'm taking it off. So that was the second thing that was kind of made me feel like this ain't right. Third thing is, he not quote unquote, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he never said that these men were white, but he did say they were, what's the word I'm looking for, like pale or whatever the phrase was, insinuating that they were white males wearing MAGA hats who attacked him. Now my question is, I could be wrong. Like I said, man, Chicago, at least in my opinion, MAGA ain't really living too much over there. I mean, it just isn't. And but anyway, so that was telling to me, because also we talking about two guys that's Nigerian, and from what he said, he walked out of the subway. They said that's that punk from Empire, and I mean, I'm gonna do my best Nigerian accent of how I think that would sound. Hey. No, I can't even talk in African. I can't. I can't even do it. I can do a little Jamaican, but not African. But they have such a strong, accent So how he thought that was somebody white, don't know. Did they have on masks? Don't know. It was just two men in a black hoodie wearing MAGA hats that looked pale. Okay, strike 2. Well, that's strike 3 for me, I believe. I don't lost strike. Then when police came out and said when they did the crime scene, they found no hot sauce bottle of bleach. And y'all know I've been on this thing about this hot sauce bottle. I would love for somebody to demonstrate to me on a YouTube video how they put bleach in the hot sauce bottle, given how small the little hole is on most hot sauce bottles. Not all, on most. So I guess if you pull up a hot sauce bottle with one of the bigger calories, but I guess whatever. But so they said they didn't find it. But then they went back to the crime scene and magically appeared. That was telling to me. Also, when they went and picked up these two guys that's supposed to have been pale and they come out to be Nigerian, and we find out that they were extras on the show Empire, or at least one of them was, and so they have some sort of relationship with Jussie. It just started looking even worse for me. Then when they cooperated with the police, told them everything they knew, it started looking bad. Then the video came out, surveillance video of all three in the elevator at Jussie Hotel. And apparently the two brothers said that they were there to practice how these events was going to go down. So that was another strike. When he got up there on stage, he did he had a concert or whatever, and he was telling his fans what happened, and he wanted us to know two things. Most importantly, the first thing he really wanted us to know was, I fought back. I didn't take it. That was the first thing, which, I don't know what that do for you, but whatever. And the second thing, he gave Tupac. So when I heard that, I was just like, So then I got to give, and Chicago PD, they get a bad rap, rightfully so. Given their history, they haven't recovered from it. I get it. And the way they played this thing was, they said, in the world we live in, politics does not come first. What's the other word I'm looking for? If you're not a credible source, you cannot just quote unquote put what you think out there first. You have to first let social media do its job, and that's what Chicago PD did. They let social media do its job by basically saying listen, if you're on social media, I'm including you in this. But basically, social media, the majority of social media came out and said, we don't believe Jussie because the evidence, the facts of this case is just not lining up. And so once social media took that stance, that's when Chicago PD started unraveling all of the evidence that they gathered against Jussie. And basically started saying that we believe this was a stage hoax by Jussie, etc., etc. So I do have to give credit to them, because if Chicago PD had come out first and said we believe this is a hoax, especially when Jussie had people on his side, the community was riding behind him or whatever the case is, it wouldn't have worked. It would have got shot down. The criticism would have been, it would have just had to be something they just keep on the wraps and just file a police report, do the whatever, and just throw it in the rug. But they did it. They let social media condemn him first, and now they following the legal action. So I do have to give credit there. Although, like I said, we talking about Chicago PD, so you can't give them too much credit, because we didn't get that murder rate down, crime rate down over there. But anyway, we talking about Jussie. So I want to note that. And also, when he went and did the sit down interview with Good Morning America, it was telling to me, because everybody know. I'm not going to defend my position if I'm telling the truth. That's just me. Listen, if I said something happened to me and you guys don't believe me, I'm not going to go and try to make you believe me, because the truth needs no defending. Now, in the court of law, you do, because the criminal justice system it can be a joke at times. And I know Justice still got his supporters. He do. But it ain't looking good for him. And then when he went and hired that high-profile attorney who done represented Donald Trump, anytime you hire anybody that's connected to Donald Trump legally, it's just a bad look. But like I said, man, Justin making black history for all the wrong things, and this is supposed to be our month of excellence. This is supposed to be our month to shine. But instead, Jussie has hindered us from doing this with this foolishness. And this thing has been carrying on almost a month. And this is where it has gotten. And like I said, I hate to say this, but if this is what fame or, just being a celebrity or being on a TV show do to you, everybody is not made for it. So obviously his career is done. I hope he has invested all of his earnings very well, got some businesses going, because at this point, I'm telling you, I just do not see Jussie getting another gig, at least anytime soon. I'm not going to say, I won't say it's done for him, but I know if I was a producer or a writer for one of these TV shows, I wouldn't give him a call, because and not to say it's going to be backlash if you put him on a show, or, but it could be. You get what I'm saying? And I know, NFL players have done far worse by hitting women and abusing women and, all those things. But listen, man, Jussie, man, he done ruined it for the Empire, man. Now the Empire pretty much got it. Like, everybody been saying the show has been getting whacked. Now everybody gonna tune in to see how they write Jussie off, or whatever his name is on the show. It ain't Jussie, it's Jamal. Everybody gonna tune in to see how they write him off, because I'm sure they am. But it's a lose-lose to Raji. Listen, I can only imagine that call, that text message to Raji sent to him. The conversation she had with him, cussing him out, you lying mother, you had me back in your stupid A, and she go there. And then Terrence Howard, I can own it. Look here, man. You F with my money, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you gonna have to, figure out a way for me to get my money back. I'm gonna have to, BJ, man. You know what I'm saying? I can hear all of that. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, this is an L for all of us in the black community, because he identifies black, and I'm sorry I got to take it there, but man, we just won't do right. We just won't leave well enough alone. Why? Look, man. At this point, we have today is the 21st. We got about 7 more days of Black History Month. Please, people, please let us be excellent the rest of the month. And hopefully, Jussie will be gone and we won't have to worry about it. But like I said, it just gives fuel to all the Trump supporters out there that actually hate, members of that community, the LGBTQT, and also the black community, or, those. If you riding for Trump and you do feel a way towards, the black community and the LGBTQ community, this just kind of gives you some ammo. Like, y'all don't do nothing but lie anyway. You see how that boy lied on us over there in Chicago. Like, it's just ridiculous. And look, I'm just waiting for Donald Trump to come out and make a statement at this point. That's moving on. Tristian Thompson, Khloe Kardashian. It's really not entertaining, because apparently he got caught. They say cheat, right? Okay, but reports have come out and say he just kissed. And the girl just spent the night at his hotel or house or whatever till 7 o'clock in the morning. But the young lady name is Jordan Woods. She is best friends with Kylie Jenner, which would be Khloe's sister. So it's just a bad look. And let me tell you why it's a bad look in particular. Tristian Thompson just does not know how to cheat. First of all, you come on, bro. You in public with this girl, kissing. That's strike one when you got a whole woman, at the house, at Kris Jenner's house, wherever she at. That's strike one. Strike two, you were seen coming in the hotel with her. Dog, obviously you don't care. You didn't want to be in this relationship. You should have just told Khloe, because everybody know I'm not an athlete. But if you an athlete or you somebody, you can't just walk up in the hotel with nobody you cheat with. Leave the key downstairs at the reception, at the check-in desk, and let them know, hey, when Miss Woods come, give her this key so she can come up. That way, we don't know what Miss Woods doing there. That's number 2. And number 3, most importantly, man, you in a whole relationship with a Kardashian. Any and everything that you do, that you want or don't want to be publicized is that you dealing with a Kardashian. You are dealing with a Kardashian. So to that point, it doesn't make any sense to me. I feel sorry for Khloe because she loves hard, and it seems like her loving hard has gotten her nowhere once again. Now maybe, and you know, she got a baby with Tristian, which makes it, because y'all, and listen, if you know anything about Khloe, she was trying to give birth for a very, very long time. She wasn't able to have kids with Lamar Odom, and he got about 10. Man, once again, another black man doing something dumb during Black History Month. Black History Month is supposed to be a month of excellence for us black people, especially us black men who don't cheat. And now you a black man who cheat. Now don't get me wrong. Now we're gonna give credit where credit is due. At least you cheated on it with a black woman. So now you getting back to your roots. You feel what I'm saying? But listen, I'm all for interracial dating. Don't think I'm not. But I'm just saying, Black History Month. Show us some love if you're gonna do dirty. And so at least he got with a black woman. But look, it's wrong. But I'm just saying, like, we got to give him something. You know what I'm saying? He can't just be taking L's all the way around. But in all seriousness, though, I feel bad for Khloe, because like I said, she loved hard. She has forgiven him time after time, because it's like his 3rd or 4th time getting caught cheating, and she's forgiven him each time. I feel bad for her, because no woman deserves to continuously go through that. Like, if a woman is generous enough to take a man back after he messes up, man, don't keep messing up. Don't, because we all know as men that when that shoe is on the other foot, we walking out the door, because we can't take the thought of. We can't even take the thought of, better yet, her actually going through with it. So I do feel bad for Khloe, and hopefully, this will kind of tarnish him into making him just realize he need to be single, because I do believe there are plenty of men and women that just need to be single. Like, you just constantly feel the need and urge to be with someone else besides your significant other. You are a person that just needs to be single, and that's kind of what it sounds like with him, because he just, like I said, he keep and see we know about the times he's been caught. What about the time he haven't been caught? If those times exist, I'm not saying that they do, but I feel bad for Khloe. But do I think this is gonna be a part of keeping up with Kardashians next season? I absolutely do, because she has the momager of all managers. Kris Jenner is gonna spin this thing, and it's gonna be unbelievable. Now I want to address the whole Kylie and Jordan, they best friends, and Kylie ain't got but one choice. You got to cut off. Family over everything. You understand what I'm saying? You have to cut off. There's no way I'm gonna pick my friend over my sister, my brother, especially in a situation like this. We got to ride with family. So Kylie, I seen reports where she was just, they were saying that she was torn. She don't know what to believe because Tristian came out and said no, but he told Khloe yes. And of course Jordan, anytime you the one being accused, of course you're gonna deny, like, unless you got some type of motive. But Kylie, just in the friendship, choose your sister, choose your family, and everything will be all right. So moving on, I have to talk about someone that is from my alma mater, Mr. Myron Rolle. He attended Florida State University, and he is currently, Mr. Myron Rolle is like a neurosurgeon right now. He's doing his thing up there at Harvard. I don't know if he actually doing brains. He basically a current neurosurgeon at Harvard Medical School. He was a Rhodes Scholar who studied at Oxford University as well as Florida State College of Medicine. He was a football player. He was a big time football player. He had went to the NFL, and who knows what happened with that. You know, he was capable of making it in the NFL, excuse me, but this was definitely his passion. So the young lady, Amanda Seals, I believe I said her last name right. She is on Insecure. What is that girl's name on Insecure? Is it Tiffany? I think her name is Tiffany on Insecure. This is a statement that she released, and I'm gonna read it in its entirety, and then I'm gonna comment on it. And I feel like I got some, So anyway, so she says, I really don't take it lightly what I'm about to say. Because when you name names, you put not only the person out there, but you also put yourself out there. But I feel as a woman who makes it my business to be a warrior for the truth, that it needs to be said. I, on my podcast, and on the Breakfast Club, spoke about an individual who had approached me on the internet, and we spoke on the phone. And they said some troubling things in the conversation that made me take a step back. She said, with literally no investigation, it was brought to my attention he had sexually harassed a woman by opening the door when she came to meet him for a date, butt naked, and then telling her that she was the one overreacting. She goes on to say, when I spoke about him on my podcast and on the Breakfast Club, I didn't say his name. I literally just said a couple of characteristics about him. And it has been shocking and incredibly discomforting to me how many women, 8 as of tonight, that have come forward to say his name, and that he had been incredibly problematic and behaved in a very sexual, predatory way that could have gotten him fired. I say all of that to say, if you are approached by Myron Rolle, you should be mindful. Now, it's a lot in there. So basically, she was saying that she was talking to Myron Rolle, and I guess somebody contacted her and told her about this situation, whatever. So Myron Rolle is being accused of, when women come over, he answer the door butt naked. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Thank God he ain't touched one of these women or pulled them in the house and be like, you finna give it to me. Thank God he hadn't done that. Here's my thing. It's definitely a little weird when you pop up to a man's house and you open the door and all you see is the dingo greeting you. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a little weird. You know what I'm saying? It would be weird because I wouldn't know. Let me throw that out there first and foremost. I wouldn't know at all. So, but I guess my only thing would be, was this their first time actually going out together? And if it is, there's no excuse for his action at all. There's no excuse for his action. Although, just like I told my girlfriend, it just goes to show you the kind of world we live in. Because if a man was to go to a woman's house or wherever she at and she opened the door butt booted naked, Lord have mercy. That's all I'm gonna say. Lord have mercy. That's it. But anyways, get back to the subject. Like I said, that was the first time they're going out. Ridiculous, unacceptable. The second thing is, just for entertainment purposes, I would love to see the conversations through text that he and these women were having, because for him to just openly open the door with that meat just hanging and slanging, in my mind, I would hope, and I know I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt, because this is definitely some harassment behavior. Like, it definitely is. But I would hope in my mind that, through conversation, they talking like, what you gonna do to me when you come over? Or, just having some sexual conversation, intellect, or however you want to call it. That's what I would hope. And number 3, and most importantly, I want to know, out of all of these women who are accusing him of doing this, how many actually went ahead and slept with him? Because my thing is, if you went ahead and slept with him, don't hop on the cry wolf train. Because to me, it just wouldn't be right. You know what I'm saying? If he opened the door butt with a nigga and you just go in there and go in again with the goods. You know what I'm saying? However, I was telling my girlfriend, this may be a situation that he gonna have to pay the price for. You get what I'm saying? That may even cost him his job. And you know, it just goes to show you because, like I was telling her, if he was still playing football and he's young enough, he would still be in the NFL because the NFL only cares about the bottom line, which is money. The only way the NFL kicks a man out for, you know, harassing a woman or domestic violence towards a woman is if he's at the end or near the end of his career. If he's still a relatively young man, they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna put you on, we're gonna put you in timeout for a minute, and then we're gonna bring you back next season. Prime example, Ray Rice was 30, 31 when the whole situation with him and his wife happened. And basically that situation was because Ray Rice was a running back, and you know, most NFL players' careers end at 28 to 32. It's like a little 4-year window, right? So they were like, he done anyways. He was just coming off his worst season as a pro, like he done. But then you got Mr. Kareem Hunt, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs, who is still relatively young. He just signed with the Cleveland Browns, you know, earlier this month or last month or whenever it was, and it was several reports that multiple NFL teams was looking at him. It just Cleveland beat everybody to the punch. So it just goes to show you, man, the world that we live in. Now, do I personally think he will lose his job because of this? It's hard to say because it ain't too many brain surgeons out here. And I would hate for us to lose one that somebody who can save somebody's brain, or at least I don't know nothing about brain surgery, so I ain't gonna pretend to. But I would hate for us to lose one over something that, like, he just letting the meat hang when they can come over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know that don't sound good, but you know, it's creepy behavior. It is unacceptable. And he is gonna definitely have to be looked at. He's gonna look at himself in the mirror and say, look, man, you know, you got to be on the straight and narrow from here out because there's already a book out on me. So I got to be in the straight and narrow. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt just somewhat because all he did was just open the door butt booty naked. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, inappropriate. But at the same time, it's just, you know, like I said, I want to know the conversations that he having with these women and how many of them actually went ahead and let him smash and all that kind of stuff. But all in all, I do agree that, you know, that behavior is unacceptable, and I give kudos to what's her name, Amanda Seals, because, you know, her integrity and her respect for herself once she heard about this and women reached out to her about it, she stepped away. That goes to show that she don't care about status. She don't care about how much money in your pocket, that you just can't be out here wilding with somebody before me or just doing what you want to do and think that I'm going to take you seriously. So I do respect her a ton for just deciding to leave him alone altogether. You know what I'm saying? No matter how great a person may appear on paper, because basically when we dating somebody, all we have is their resume. You know, what they do, what they have done, accolades, XYZ, you know, all that good stuff. But she heard something that disturbed her and she was just like, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to put myself in that situation, XYZ. But I do think it's messed up that she went on all these platforms and talked about this man. Like, come on, man, don't do that. Don't put him out like that. Like, let somebody call the police and you like, yeah, let the police handle that. But anyways, you know, that was that. Let me see. My last thing I want to touch on. Oh man, I got to talk about Colin Kaepernick. I thought about talking about Meek Mill and Michael Rappaport, but Michael Rappaport is not. First of all, he ain't black, so he ain't no hip hop. Like, look, my thing, you can claim to be a hip hop historian, but calling Meek Mill whack is just totally unacceptable and totally the furthest thing from the truth. Like, it makes no sense at all that him to engage and call Meek Mill a garbage rapper, saying that he trash. Like, if Meek Mill is a trash rapper, then you trash any and everything that you do. If Meek Mill can't do nothing else, that boy can rap. So I'm all for that. And then there was Colin Kaepernick, who reached a settlement with the NFL. Reports came out that he got somewhere between $60 and $80 million. Myself, I like to believe he has more than that, only because I love football. I love the NFL, and I know the NFL is a $1 billion industry. All 32 owners are pretty much billionaires. They generate about $5 to $7 billion a year. So, but if he did settle for $60 to $80 million, kudos for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to see it come to an end, because obviously the NFL was not going to be able to prove in the court of law they was not trying to blackball him. So I'm happy that he won, and I'm happy that this is behind him so he can keep fighting the fight that he's fighting. I appreciate him, doing what he doing. I hate when people say, well, this was not his intentions at first, and then it kind of was thrown on him, so now he has to continue. Well, look, at the end of the day, if it takes somebody being fake to actually bring awareness of real issues that oppress black people in these communities are facing, I'll take it any way I can get it, because it is absolutely a shame for men and women of minorities to be gunned down for doing a crime that the police takes white people in alive for. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to think of a way to sugarcoat it, but it is what it is. Like, if you are of the minority, you should have the same rights that those of the white, white Americans have, where police say we're going to take them alive. But that's not the case for us. So like I said, I'm happy it's over. I'm happy he won the money he won, because at the end of the day, it is rich people problems, because we talking about somewhere between $60 and $80 million or $40 to $60 million. I ain't gonna never see that much money, but his profession is he was a professional football player, and I mean that's the market value for football players, so he should be paid as such. And I'm not here to count nobody's money and saying what they do or do not deserve, but at the same time, for those that say this case proves that it wasn't about the protest, that's a lie. This is something different. This was him saying that they are colluding and blackballing me from working. You get what I'm saying? From working. He has but people can be so ignorant because they just don't want to believe that there are genuinely good people out here to fight the good fight. And it's sad because people actually think that way, that there are not people that out here that's trying to fight the good fight, which is sad. But I'm gonna just wrap it up with that. It wasn't too much this week. Jussie, he going down. Jussie is going down. Tristian then went down. Who else we talked about? Myron, Rolle. Keep your head up and keep your clothes on. That's the only thing I can tell you. But other than that, guys, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys later. I'm out.